Carol. See you later.
21 minutes past 8. One result of the civil war in Syria has been to force hundreds of thousands of its people into poverty. There are limited food supplies and shortages of just about everything, not least medicine.
Well, one organisation trying to help is Hand in Hand for Syria, a group mainly made up of NHS doctors, nurses and other staff. And later today, they'll be setting off on a long overland journey to the Middle East with a cargo of food, clothing and medical supplies. At the group's HQ right now is Katie Rowlett when they're about to set off. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, it's a final packing moments for this convoy. It's due to head off, like you said, in around the next hour. There's going to be 10 vehicles leaving this depot in London today. They will have a long journey ahead of them. It's estimated to take around 4 days, and this has been a huge charity effort and a long journey to get here. This is just a week of donations from a drop-off point in Birmingham, one of 20 from around the country.
The people out there desperately need help. Children are dying, women are dying, young men are dying, and these things are very preventable. So the aim of this convoy is to take these medicines, this baby food and so forth out to those people so that they can benefit from them.
Tables and tables lined with what's needed to just live day to day. It's the simple supplies that matter. These medicines were donated by a pharmacist, and they're the kind of thing that you or I would probably take for granted and expect to be in our bathroom cabinet. But in Syria, they're in short supply.
Our main concern is for those who've been misplaced inside Syria. So that's why we try and send all of these donations. It might take us a while to get them in, probably about a week or maybe 10 days to get everything in. Because obviously the way you get them in is not as straightforward as it is. But hopefully all of this will be inside Syria soon.
It's a trip welcomed by the Aldiri family, who still have relatives trapped in Syria.
No food, no medicine. That's why we are worried about them. Maybe they are not all right. They are something happened to them. When I heard their voice, just relaxed. I said, that's fine.
But the crisis in Syria is getting more complex and harder to resolve. And the charity knows there's a long way to go on a difficult road. Well, joining me now is the convoy coordinator, Iman Mujahed. Iman, good morning.
Good morning.
Just tell me why your charity has access to Syria and is getting aid in, whereas other charities aren't.
Hand in Hand have been working, and Human Concern have been working with contacts inside Syria and on the border to help get the much needed aid in, and that's how we can deliver aid into Syria.
How dangerous is it? I mean, just overnight we've heard of more reported airstrikes and more people that have died.
It is actually a very dangerous task, but unfortunately it's the only choice we have because there's no other way of getting aid in at the moment. There's no humanitarian aid, medical aid, nothing getting into Syria, and this is the only way we can do it. The Syrian people don't have anybody that's helping them, so they're relying on convoys like this to get aid in. And the response to this convoy has just been absolutely amazing. And so there are so many people that want to help us. We've been absolutely inundated with support, so we know that a lot of people feel the same way as us.
Just tell me what you've got on board and what you're going to be taking with you.
Basically, priority number 1, medical equipment, medical aid. Priority number 2, warmth. We have nappies, women's hygiene products, we have anything to do with the humanitarian aid, but even at that the need is so great that we've had to ruthlessly prioritise getting the kind of aid that they need in, and we're just scratching the surface. So unfortunately, until there comes a time when we can get the aid in much bigger volumes, we're left at this at the moment.
Iman, thank you very much for talking to us this morning, and best of
luck
luck on your
convoy.
convoy.
Thank you very much.
Obviously there's some blankets on board this convoy that's heading out. They'll be well needed as Syria heads into winter.
OK, Katie, thank you very much. Thank you.
Coming up, the BBC News Channel has the latest news from home and abroad.
But here on Breakfast... Almost as famous for his red hair as his vocal